Hi folks, this video is the extension of my last RSVP configuration video, and in this video we'll configure RSVP bandwidth reservation as well as one-to-one fast reroute. And as I have done in my last video, I have jotted out the steps what we are going to perform in this video in the notepad so that it will make you easy to understand. So first we will do the RSVP bandwidth reservation. After that we'll configure the one-to-one fast reroute. So topology is same which I have using in my previous videos, R1, R2, R3, R3, R4, and the RSVP configuration was done which we in the last video. So we are continuing this with the same lab. So let's move on to the first task. First task is configure an LSP named R1 on router 1 to router 4 with the following requirements. Okay, the first requirement was configure the bandwidth subscription rate to 50 for router 1 interface towards the router 2. So let's start with the configuration. Move on to router 1, sorry, and configure router Rsvp interface to R2 subscription 50. Okay, let's check. Move on to the next task. What is the next task is configure the primary path with a bandwidth requirement of 200 Mbps and a setup and hold setup and hold priority of 2. Okay, so let's move on to router 1. Okay, and it asks for configuring the LSP configure router MPLS LS MPLS path to R4 hyphen strict. Okay, hop 10.10 hop 10.10.10.10 to strict. Okay, no shutdown back. Okay, and LSP to LSP to R4 hyphen 1. Okay, to 10.10.10.10.4 CSPF primary to R4 restricts which we have, and bandwidth we need to reserve is 200 Mbps, right? So as you in bandwidth we need to configure 200 Mbps. So okay, so let's configure the bandwidth 200 Mbps. Bandwidth 200 Mbps. Okay, and priorities 2 we need to configure. Set priority 2 that is the requirement, and back. Secondary path we have already created. Okay, let's check what next. Okay, ensure the primary path you use the path R1, R2, R4 by configuring one strict hop that we have already completed, right? We have configured the strict path here. Okay, so that is why I have configured here. Next is Configure a standby secondary path with a bandwidth requirement of 500 Mbps. Okay, secondary path we can create with the bandwidth 500. Okay, and standby we need to configure. Next thing, ensure that the secondary path use the path from R1, R3, R4 by configuring admin group. Okay, so if you remember in my previous video, I will share the link as well in the subscription description. Okay, I have configured one admin group. So execute red. Okay, back no shutdown. So configure router if attribute info. So this is the RAD group which we have configured in my previous Rsvp video. So those who have not seen that video, I will share the link in description and you can check that video. Okay, how we have configured this. So same I have used in this video. Okay, show router mpls lsp. Okay, my LSP is up. So first we verify the RSVP interface, show router RSVP interface to R2. So we have done this configuration, okay, for R2. Next thing what we need to check, we need to check the RSVP interface towards R3. We can check show router interface to show router. Sorry, my mistake. To R3. Okay, so look here we have done that 200 and 500 bandwidth. 200 bandwidth reservation. Here we have done the 500 bandwidth reservation for the secondary standby. Okay, so let's check the show router MPLS LSP to R4 detail. So my LSP primary path is second taking a strict and bandwidth reservation is showing at 200. Okay, if primary path went down, it goes on to standby. Path detail. No. This is the LSP loose path. Okay, strict path. Look, both are taking the different 134. It is taking, and it is taking 124. Okay, so where is my topology? So strict loose path is taking 124 and strict path is taking 134. So both are taking the difference. So this is how we can do the bandwidth reservation. So next we can need to see the how we can configure the fast reroute, one-to-one fast reroute, right? Next agenda was to configure one-to-one fast reroute. So the task is to configure a one-to-one fast reroute on the LSP named to R1, R to R4 to R1. So this is the LSP, okay, which we have configured. We need to configure the one-to-one fast reroute. Configure router MPLS LSP to R4. Okay, fast reroute 1 to 1. That's it. That's we need to done. Okay. Now verify the LSP path again. Show router MPLS LSP to R4 path detail. Look, now it's showing the fast reroute. The at the rate means that it is a fast reroute. It is enabled. Okay, this is the secondary path, and for primary path, fast reroute is enabled. This attribute confirms in Nokia that this is the fast reroute is available. Okay. So that is all about fast reroute. In this, I have mentioned one configuration on router 2, but that we have not configured, so we can forget leave this because it's a one line configuration. We can do same thing in R2 as well. So that is all about this video, guys. In next video, we'll try to see the fast reroute facility. Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching my video, and I request you to, if you like this video, if these videos are helpful, you can share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.